So, have you ever really stopped to think about what makes someone not just a good speaker, but, a great one? Like the person who just walks in, speaks, and everyone gets it. They're clear, they're confident.
Yeah, they command attention, don't they? Effortlessly.
Exactly. And that's what we're digging into today. We're doing a deep dive into what it really takes to get to that really high level of speaking proficiency.
We've got a great source for this. It's called Cracking the Code to Band 9 Speaking.
Wow.
Really interesting stuff.
Okay.
And the whole point is to pull out the key insights that can help you, the listener, speak more effectively, more confidently.
Band 9. That's like the top tier, right?
There.
Especially for tests like IELTS.
Right. The author actually says someone at that level is ahead of 99% of IELTS speaking students, which is quite a claim.
Yeah.
But they argue it makes sense because that kind of clarity, that confidence, it opens doors, easier to get jobs, maybe even earn more real-world benefits.
Okay, let's get into this. The author's own story is quite something, actually. Yeah, they apparently started out really lacking confidence, mumbling as a kid, that sort of thing.
Hard to imagine given where they ended up.
Totally.
Yeah.
But somehow they got a scholarship, went to law school, confidence grew, and bam, job at a top law firm.
Sounds like a success story.
You'd think. I mean, clients paying big money, hundreds an hour, just for them to talk, that is success, right?
It absolutely seems like it, but there's a twist.
Oh, yeah. A big one. Despite all that professional achievement, they hit this wall. Really tough one.
What happened?
Their boss basically told them, look, a lot of clients, they just can't understand you.
Ouch.
Yeah. And they put it down to their thick Irish accent. And this wasn't just, a casual comment. It was serious. It cost them their job as a lawyer.
Wow. After all that work, that's brutal.
Brutal is the word. And you have to wonder, right, how do you even process that?
Definitely.
And it's right there grappling with that setback that the source gives us this core metaphor. It's a really powerful way to think about improving your speaking. It's kind of counterintuitive.
Yeah.
It suggests that mastering speaking, it's often less about the words you use and maybe more about how you're thinking.
Okay. I think I see where this is going. The author talks about filling a bucket with water, right? That's the metaphor.
Exactly that. Achieving that top-level speaking is like filling this bucket.
And we usually focus on the blockages in the pipe feeding the bucket. Things like pronunciation, grammar mistakes, vocabulary gaps, the obvious skill stuff.
Right, the things you can easily point to.
But the author's big insight is that the real problem often isn't the blockages, it's the holes in the bucket itself.
Holes, meaning?
Deeper things, mindset issues, beliefs, attitudes, and here's the crucial part. The author argues these holes are usually the biggest problem, bigger than not knowing enough words or grammar rules.
That's kind of huge, isn't it?
Whoa.
It means you could be drilling vocabulary lists forever, polishing your grammar, but if you've got these mindset holes, all that effort is just leaking out. You're not actually filling the bucket.
Precisely. It's leaking away. So, okay, if the holes are the main issue, where do we start? Well, the author suggests we do need to look at the blockages first, the skills.
Makes sense. Got to understand the basics.
Yeah, the things measured in tests, usually. Vocabulary, grammar, fluency, and how clear your accent is.
Okay, let's tackle those. Vocabulary first.
Right, vocabulary. The building blocks of your sentences, as the author puts it.
Building blocks. I like that.
And what's really interesting here is the emphasis that a top speaker, a band 9 speaker, doesn't necessarily use, super long, complex, fancy words.
Oh, that goes against what a lot of people think, I reckon.
It really does. The key word is appropriate, using the right word for the situation.
Like what? Is there an example?
Yeah, good one. A top student might say something simple like, I don't have just one best friend. I have maybe 3 or 4 very good friends.
Okay, pretty straightforward.
Exactly. Words like one, have, very good, they're not complicated, but they are, and this is the author's point, topic-specific, appropriate, and accurate. They get the message across perfectly clearly.
So complexity isn't the goal. Clarity and appropriateness are.
Bingo. And the source actually suggests vocabulary might be the easiest blockage to fix.
Really? How?
Just by engaging with English you enjoy, listening to stuff, reading stuff, it sort of absorbs naturally over time. Less about forced memorization.
Okay. So from vocab, the building blocks, what's next? Grammar.
Yep. Grammar, if vocab are the blocks, grammar is the architect's plan, the rules for putting them together.
The blueprint. Got it.
And again, the rule isn't build the most complicated structure imaginable. It's use the right rules at the right time.
Okay.
Well, if you're talking about your daily habits, simple grammar is fine. I use my mobile phone every day. Perfect.
You don't need to force some crazy complex tense in there just to show off.
Exactly. Trying to shoehorn in like the past perfect continuous when present simple works fine, it's unnecessary and often leads to mistakes.
So why do people do it? Just trying to impress, misunderstanding what's needed.
That's a big part of it, yeah. Misunderstanding the goal. And the irony is forcing complexity often introduces more errors.
Right. Which lowers your score anyway.
Precisely. It hurts both accuracy and appropriateness. And here's a key insight. For many people, their actual grammar knowledge might already be good enough for a high score.
So the problem isn't the grammar skill itself.
Often, no. It's one of those deeper holes in the bucket kicking in, a mindset issue making them misuse the grammar they already have.
Fascinating. Okay, what about fluency? Everyone wants to sound fluent. Quick, smooth.
Right. But here's a crucial distinction the official criteria make. There's hesitation, because you're searching for words or grammar. That's linguistic hesitation.
Okay, like, I went to the place.
Exactly. That's a blockage.
Yeah.
But then there's pausing just to think about what you want to say next. That's content-related hesitation.
Like taking a breath to structure your idea.
Precisely. And the criteria say, for top scores, any hesitation should be content-related, not linguistic.
So pausing to think is okay. Even encouraged, maybe.
It's certainly not penalized like struggling for languages. And here's a really potent piece of advice from the source regarding fluency.
Yeah.
The more you think, the worse your fluency will be.
Wait, that sounds backward. Don't you need to think to speak?
Think about content, yes. But overthinking the language, searching for the perfect word, the most complex grammar, that's what trips you up and causes those linguistic hesitations.
I see. So for the language part, the fix is simplify. Use words and grammar you know well.
Exactly. Don't aim for complexity you can't handle smoothly. Aim for appropriate and accurate language you can use fluently.
And for the content hesitation, the thinking pauses.
The advice there is also simple. Keep it simple. Talk about things you find easy to talk about.
Don't try to solve world hunger in a speaking test example.
Pretty much. The examiner isn't grading the brilliance of your ideas. Trying to sound like a philosopher can just lead to getting tangled up in your own thoughts and losing fluency.
Okay. Simple language, simple ideas, sounds freeing, actually.
It can be.
Yeah.
Which leaves us with the last blockage, accent.
The big one. The thing people worry about so much.
They really do. But again, the marking criteria are specific. They talk about accent interference.
Interference, meaning?
Meaning, does your accent make it difficult for the listener to understand you? It's not about which accent you have, British, American, Indian, Irish, whatever. It's about how clear you are when speaking English with that accent.
So you don't need to sound like a native speaker from London or New York.
Absolutely not. You need to be intelligible, clear.
And this ties back to the author's story, doesn't it?
Perfectly. Because they had this realization, looking back, as a successful lawyer, they knew they could speak clearly in their Irish accent when needed. They had that skill.
So why didn't they? Why did the clients have trouble understanding?
And the answer, the author concludes, wasn't in the skill blockages anymore. It was squarely in those holes in the bucket.
The mindset stuff.
The deep, powerful mindset issues that were undermining everything else.
Okay, this feels like where it gets really interesting. What are these holes?
Yeah, this next part, it really makes you pause and think. The author identifies several key ones. First up, impatience.
Impatience. How does that work?
Wanting it all now. People try to, download Band 9 vocabulary instantly and use it perfectly the next day.
Yeah, language doesn't work like that.
It just doesn't. So the problem isn't the vocab plan. It's the unrealistic expectation that impatience creates a hole where frustration builds up and effort leaks out.
Okay, impatience. What else?
Loyalty. This one's subtle but strong.
Loyalty to what?
To bad advice. Maybe a teacher years ago or friend or family member told you, you must use complex grammar, or you need to use these specific fancy words.
And you stick to it, even if it's not working.
Exactly. You're loyal to the advice, or the person who gave it, even when it's holding you back. So for that person, the author says, the real problem isn't their grammar skill. It's their loyalty to unhelpful ideas.
That requires some honest self-reflection. Okay, third hole.
Having the wrong goal.
Wrong goal, like aiming for band 8 instead of 9?
No, deeper than that. The example given is someone who knows they make common grammar mistakes but won't invest in, say, getting specific feedback from a tutor to fix them.
Why not?
Because the source suggests their real goal isn't actually getting the high score or the better life that comes with it. Their immediate goal is just saving a bit of money today.
Ooh. Short-term thinking, sabotaging the long-term goal.
Precisely. Penny-wise, pound-foolish, you might say.
Yeah.
That's a hole.
Right. And the last one.
This one can be tough. Attitude to feedback.
How so?
Remember we talked about people overthinking, trying to impress with complex stuff, even if their natural fluency is okay. Often, the root issue there isn't the fluency skill, it's their attitude. They might believe complexity is required, despite feedback saying otherwise. They aren't open to hearing that simple and clear is better.
So they resist the very advice that could help them.
Exactly. The people who genuinely listen to feedback, reflect on it, and actually change their behavior based on it, they're the ones who improve faster and score higher. A closed attitude is a major hole.
Impatience, loyalty to bad advice, wrong short-term goals, poor attitude to feedback. Wow, okay.
And all of this, the author realized, fed into the massive hole in their own bucket.
The one related to the accent issue.
Yes. When they first got that feedback, people can't understand your thick Irish accent.
Uh,
What was their reaction?
Defensive.
Totally defensive. They saw it as an attack on their identity, on being Irish.
I could understand that reaction, actually.
Of course.
Yeah.
But then came the job loss. During the 2008 crisis, being, as they put it, first out the door, the talented lawyer nobody could understand.
That must have been a wake-up call.
A huge one. And it led to this profound shift in understanding. They realized the boss probably wasn't attacking their identity at all.
What were they doing then?
They were just asking them to speak clearly, using their Irish accent. But clearly...
The goal wasn't sound less Irish. It was be understandable.
Exactly. And the author's ultimate conclusion, the big realization was they didn't understand the purpose of speaking in the first place.
Whoa, that's fundamental. What is the purpose then, according to this?
It's stunningly simple, really. The true purpose of speaking is so that the listener can understand what you're trying to say.
Full stop.
Full stop, that's the goal. Everything else serves that purpose.
And all those holes we talked about, impatience, loyalty, wrong goals, bad attitude.
They're not speaking issues, are they? They're mindset issues. And they actively block the listener from understanding you. They get in the way of that core purpose.
But the good news is, mindset can change, right?
Yeah.
Faster than building vocabulary from scratch, maybe.
That's the powerful part. You can decide to change your attitude, your goal, your openness to feedback right now.
Okay, so let's try and pull this together. We have the blockages, the skills, like vocab, grammar, fluency, accent clarity, things you work on.
Skills.
But then we have the holes, the deeper mindset things, impatience, clinging to bad advice, chasing the wrong goal like saving pennies, resisting feedback.
Right. And crucially, misunderstanding why we're even speaking.
That misunderstanding of the fundamental purpose.
Yeah. The author's big light bulb moment wasn't my accent is bad. It was I wasn't focused on making sure my listener understood me. The accent itself wasn't the core issue. The lack of focus on clarity was.
So, for you listening, maybe the provocative thought here is this. Think about how you communicate. Are the things you're doing, the words you choose, the complexity you aim for, how fast you talk, are they actually helping your listener understand?
Or could they sometimes be getting in the way? Could they be creating barriers, maybe unintentionally?
And could shifting your mindset, just focusing purely on how can I make this clear for the person listening, could that simple shift change everything?
Could it unlock the skills you already have? And as the author suggests, maybe save you years of your life and millions of dollars of future earnings?
Definitely something to chew on.